Hello. Welcome to Christ-Centered Gamer's latest unboxing of this item that Turtle Beach sent us to review. And I'm quite excited about this, VelocityOne Flight Deck. Honestly, I didn't expect to get this to review, so I'm really excited. Um, yeah, just one of those things that just worked out. We were able to make it work. So I'm pretty excited about this. I reviewed their previous model, their lower end, but also excellent. Well, I don't know if this one's excellent yet, but excellent VelocityOne Flight Stick. I reviewed this one, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago or so. I don't remember exactly, I have to check, but I've had it for a little while. But I love this flight stick. It is great. I use it for all my flight simulators. Use it for space combat, for MechWarrior style games. I actually made a profile for MechWarrior. I really do like this stick. This one is compatible with Xbox and PC. And it's all in one package where you have all your throttles and everything you need right here. It's got a little LCD screen in the handle. It's good. And that one fulfills a particular price point. Right now it's on sale at the time of this recording. It's on sale for around $100. And for that price, it's quite a steal. But it's $130 normally. And that fills a particular void in the pricing market based on competitors, where this is a much higher end model. This is a MSRP of $399. So this is a much higher end flight setup. In this case, it's a HOTAS, hands on stick and throttle, or throttle and stick. That's what it is, HOTAS, hands on throttle and stick. So that's what that stands for. So yeah, here's the front of the box. All right, that's a good look at it. Hopefully you can see. And on the other side, there's the logos on the front. There's a few things to note here, because it is a separate throttle and stick. This throttle has dual. Oh, you can see the back of the box. I might as well show you that too. It's a big box, so I gotta have to hoist it in front of the camera there. There you go. So let's make sure that you can see everything. So there's a lot. That was fun. So there's a lot to this. This side of the box is not special. This side of the box is not special. The top has basically a list of contents. So you can take a look at that. Hopefully that comes through. Good. All right, and then the other side is really nothing special either. So a few things to note about this guy. It's got an LCD screen up here, just like the other one does, except this one's a little bit different. The stick itself still has plenty of functionality, and then the throttle has a crazy amount of functionality. And we will get to that more as we unbox it. Is there anything else to notice about this functionality-wise? This is for PC only. This is not an Xbox controller. I guess that's really important to note. A lot of, like this previous one, is for Xbox. So if you need something that works on PC and Xbox, stick with the older Flight. This one is called the Flightstick. But if you would like something more advanced than just the Flightstick, and you need it for a PC is okay, then this flight deck is for you, or at least it's trying to be for you. So a couple things to note: it has a PC and mobile app called the VelocityOne Hangar app to tune for tuning a lot of the HUD and flight touch display. It's got multiple displays on it, not just the one over the stick, but it's got one on the throttle as well, called Flight Touch, where you can touch it, activate individual things. It has up to 15 axes and 138 programmable controls. This thing is loaded to the gills and then some. So yeah, this can do quite a lot. It's got Hall effect main controls, which will hopefully be very durable. Dual levers on the and a lock switch for the throttle. Extensive RGB lighting, and lots of simulation controls, buttons everywhere, toggle switches everywhere, gear levers, flap levers. It's just nuts. This thing can do so many things. So yeah, let's get this thing open. Here's our friendly sharp object, which hopefully won't cut me. And let's see what's in the box. I have not opened this yet. I'm certainly looking forward to opening this. Again, thank you so much, Turtle Beach, for sending us this review. It was a long shot. I thought it was a long shot in the hopes of being able to review this because, things like this are pretty niche, but we were fortunate and blessed to be able to do so. So again, thank you for that opportunity. So, all right, here we go. And open sesame. Big old box with Turtle Beach logo. Okay, so in this box we have something at the very top. We got some kind of start guide stuck here. I don't know if that's supposed to be stuck here, if I just got lucky on this packaging. Okay, it's got a little piece of sticker. But yeah, here's the quick flight guide. So I'll just show you that real quick. There you go. Okay. And there's some things in here. Oh, oh, wow. Okay, so there are some things in here. There's some buttons. There's, this is kind of wild. I'll be honest. This is pretty crazy. So, yeah, there are buttons everywhere. This thing is insane. Okay. There are 33 buttons on the stick and 41 additional buttons on the base. On the throttle. And there's default mappings and so on, but yeah, this thing is not short on inputs. If you need buttons, I think this just might have you covered. All right, so let's see what the inside of this part looks like. Okay, so this is a little bit harder to show because I'll move that out of the way for now. So we've got this guy holding some things in place, so I'll just put that on the floor for now so you don't have to look at that. We've got this box right here, which is, there we go. VelocityOne Flightdeck box. Let's see what's inside. We have one of many baggies. It feels like cables in this baggie. So I'm going to go ahead and put this box aside as well. And then we got the main event in here. Throttle module, stick, and stick base are in these baggies right here. So here's the throttle module. Oh, this is hefty. Here's the stick. Okay, and then here is the stick base. Coming out of the box. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and put this doodad out of the way. And yeah, all right. So I guess we'll start with the throttle since it's closest to me. No, you know what? No, we're going to start with this. All right, this is a baggie. What feels like screws. I didn't think I would need my knife, but I guess I do. I probably won't need the screws, but just in case, we'll open it. Didn't really work out. Okay, so what's, oh, we got screws. Okay, so these are probably to mount this to a like a table. Well, I mean not a table, like a wheel mount or a flight stick mount. You know, like one of those metal standalone mounts you could mount your stuff to. I can't think of the name right now, but anyway, Sort of Beach sells one. There's a whole bunch you can buy online. They're a big piece of metal that you can put your feet on basically and hold it in place. All right, so this is probably cables. So I'm just going to guess, and we got cables. Okay, so this one, does it have a label on what this one is? Okay, so now these are nice fabric cables. This one is unlabeled. This is just a standard USB A to C cable right here. Really not too fancy, other than it being a nice, you know, fabric covered cable. All right. There's no label on that. I expected it, but there's none. And this is the same. This is the same. So these must plug into your computer separately. The throttle and the stick must plug in separately. So yeah, here's just another, again, standard cable. So let's go ahead and put that out of the way. All right. I'll probably get to the cables in just a moment. Okay, so here is the throttle component. Let's go ahead and put that out of the box here. Oh, gosh. Okay, this is pretty wild. So we have buttons and levers and oh, this feels cool. All right. So this thing is wild. And it's got a string straight to computer plug. So I guess you can use this without the stick if you really wanted to. Like I guess you could. I mean, I guess that means I could use this with the old stick if I really wanted to. I don't know why I would, but we could. So here, I'm going to give you a good look at this. So here's the bottom. We got thick rubber feet. Okay. And mounting screws. You can see the mounting screws there. All right. Here's the side. It's got like a metal coating. I don't think it's metal, but it might be. I mean, this feels like a really high quality plastic here. You've got on the throttle itself, you've got all kinds of buttons and switches and so on. You've got levers and sticks on the side here, along with a trim wheel. I think that's what this is. Yeah, trim wheel. And you've got more buttons here that are hiding. Probably need some RGB to make them glow, to make them truly come alive. You have knobs right here. Here, I'm trying to show you better here. Knobs right here. Does it push down? It does push down. Another knob also pushes down. Another knob also pushes down. They have a nice copper tone, or maybe ancient brass, I don't know, coating to the top. You got another lever here. They also click as they go in past the indentation point here. This is a touch display. Right now it has the sticky cover on it. This is the flight touch display. You can see there's little, this thing's pretty crazy. So you got the button to separate these two. See, now they are separate throttles. There's not just one, but two. All right, and you can see there's a little hole in here that I'm assuming when you push it again will, there, now they move together, right? This thing feels really good on first impressions. Oh yeah, there's a little fire button too. So this is the blow everything up in one button. It's got a nice click to it as well. So yeah, this thing feels super solid, and I can only imagine how many use all these buttons and switches and knobs, and this is crazy. Can't believe how many inputs this has. Multiple hats. They all click. Switches, buttons. This thing is just loaded to the gills. All right, so let's go ahead, and this is definitely the highlight because I don't know, I've always thought throttle looked really cool, but this is definitely stiff. It has a lot of resistance as I move it forward and back. Let me see if each half is, this seems a little bit easier, but it's still quite smooth, and same thing with this one. So I guess it's just the combined together makes it feel very, heavy. But yeah, and there's even a little window here with a little indentions for max, and then it says uh, FLT IDL. I'm not sure what that means. It's maybe it's middle indentation or something like that. And then this is reverse idle. Oh, forward flight idle and reverse idle. So it means between these two must be nothing. So that must be the center point of the axes. And then it says, probably says reverse if you go all the way down. Yep, it does. This is max reverse. So yeah, this shows you where the axis is in relation to, forward and max and full. So yeah, there's a lot of little touches here that seem pretty nice. I also really like that every button is labeled. So it shows you the names of the axes and the buttons in how they identify, which is really important. Like for example, on this it says these knobs right here show plus and minus, B23 through 25, B26 to 27, and the Z axis. This one here shows B29 through 30 and B28 when you push down. This one shows B32 to B33 and B31 when you push down. This one shows the axis as S. And then it shows B17 and B and B16 when you go fully forward or back. These on the front show B19 and B21 for the throttle. Actually, I'm not sure what those buttons are yet, but it shows X and Y for the throttle axes, probably based on its own controller device because they are probably separate devices since they connect directly to the computer. We've got over here, it's got RZ, RX, and Y, and B1. For this guy, I'm assuming one of those is the trim wheel here, which is a little tricky to move. We'll have to see how easy that is, but that's a little tricky. That requires a little extra force than I would have thought. We'll have to see how that goes, but the stick feels good. The hat one is right there. The different buttons. This one's labeled B2, B3, and B4. B11 is right here. D must be the axis for this trim wheel. And then B40 and B41. Okay, and then B7 through 10, it must be these hats. B12, 13, 14. Yeah, so there's a ton here, right here. So anyway, so that's the throttle. Oh yeah, this one's B15. Or no, I'm sorry, B18. The fact they label everything is really great. You know, some of my older controllers just showed 1 through whatever, and they did not match anything in, you know, software. So the fact that these do is great. Yeah, so I really hope this doesn't become a failure point right here. This feels cool, but it doesn't, I don't know how good it is at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to the side just for now, just so we can put the stick together and see how that looks. So here is what's supposed to be the stick on the inside. Okay, all right. Ooh, this is pretty cool looking. So we've got little digital pins on the bottom, and then it's got the Flightdeck logo here. Very nice. It has Flightdeck display with a little sticker, and that's the top. This is the front. Oh yeah, this is actually a button right here, isn't it? Huh, that's a button right there. That's funny. RZ, I don't know what to figure that out. That's gonna be fun. Is this an axis as well? Or maybe that's just a twist. I don't know. And then we've got height adjust button here. Oh, look at that. This goes up and down. Huh. Will I need that? Actually, I might. There we are. Huh. We'll have to play with it. And then it's got B9 on the side. You can see what I was saying before. The stick does the same thing where it's got all the different buttons. This, I think, based on its icons, is probably not meant for the user, but meant to navigate the menus on this guy based on its icons. You got a HUD nav button right here. You've got a couple switches with a mouse icon. I'm guessing that's something to do with it. Fire button. Maybe this can emulate a mouse when you flip the switch. That's just a guess. Another hat here. Another one here. This one feels analog. This one doesn't. Fire button. Trigger button here. And that sounds really good the way it clicks. Wonder why it feels like it clicks twice. I wonder if it's got 2 different levels. It's got a B28 and B2 next to it, so maybe it's got 2 different levels of click. Isn't that funny? And it's got a wheel right here. And this thing is loaded to the gills. This is crazy. All right, now last but not least, we'll unveil the base of the main flight stick portion. I'm gonna remove that. And we've got, all right, so here's the front part where you have the USB cable. We've got the flight stick, which I'm going to go ahead and install now. Well, this actually has to be tightened down, doesn't it? It does. So we just got to put this in there. Okay, and then we tighten this up. Let's see, do I have this right? Oh, that's a little tricky. I may have to go the other way with it. Okay. There we go. I think I got it right now. Okay, so that's in place. Okay. So now we got that screwed on. All right, we got this lever. This is not a throttle. This doesn't feel analog. It's just an up and a down stick right here. Show you that. This guy right here. I thought maybe it was like an analog, but it appears to be digital. Okay, and then we've got a bunch of toggle switches on the bottom. Looks like it has a center position as well, which interesting. We've got this wheel, and it says brakes on off with a third position as well. I'm guessing this is designed to be for or for the wheel brakes on the plane. And then 6 or 5 buttons down here, appropriately labeled B11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then you have buttons on the bottom here as well in a 4 of them right here. It's a start stop. It's B22, 31, 32, and 33. So yeah, there is a lot here. Oh my goodness. And and a Turtle Beach's signature headphone jack if you want to plug in your headphones directly into the controller instead of connecting it directly to your computer. So that's pretty nice. So yeah, now do I want that up? I think I do. Yeah, this thing is loaded with buttons. It feels smooth in motion. Can't complain there. The button right here, where my middle ring finger goes. Yeah, this thing is crazy. Okay, so I'm still not sure where I want this, but anyway, okay. This like for example, this hat is pretty hard to reach, but it is reachable. But it does take a fair bit of finger extension to do so. But at least it's a digital hat switch, as is that one here, and then this one's analog, but you can reach that easily. So that appears to be analog. I'm sorry, digital. That one appears to be digital, I think. But time will tell as we play around with all of these features and buttons, and I'll, of course, give you a more detailed review in the written one. But to summarize, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I'd certainly say so. I think it's time to do the sacrificial peeling of the stickers. So we're going to take that one off here. Then this one off here. And this video is already getting pretty long, so I'm going to just go ahead and do one last final thing. I'm going to plug it into this cool little computer right here, which has spare USB ports. And I'm going to just make it glow. That's it. We'll make it glow. There's one. And we're almost there. There's two. And let's make them glow. And that, I think, will conclude as soon as we make him glow. So we've got the stick. Oh, it just vibrated. Apparently some haptic feedback in this thing. Oh, wow, does that look cool? Okay, so we've got some by default at least, green highlights everywhere on this thing, including on the OLED screen. Okay, you can see that. That looks really neat. There is a full menu system up here that I will have to experiment with. All right, and then let's plug this guy in, which is probably the real star of the show, to be honest. And what do we got here? Okay, this one boots right up to another really cool looking green setup here, where you can see these all glow here. So as you push it forward and back, it glows. The big red button of death glows. We've got this touch screen with all these little virtual toggle switches and so on. That is just really, really something else. All right, well, I think that's going to conclude our unboxing today. I'm going to have you spending a lot of time with this guy, taking a good look at all its features, getting to know how it works, updating the firmware, because software is a very important part of something as complex as this, and playing with the software. And please look forward to my written review, which will be linked in the description. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless.